I'm Jason McInnes, and we're here in Cairo, Illinois with TCT. Today was a wonderful event where Dr. Ben Carson, the HUD secretary, came to Cairo to do a walkthrough and see exactly what was going on here in the city of Cairo. We talked with State Senator Fowler and also United States Senator Tammy Duckworth about the potential that is here in Cairo and all of southern Illinois, and also discussing the many issues that this area, this region is having. And we've learned today that there's not a whole lot of hope in looking to the past, but all of our hope lies in the future. And Dr. Ben Carson reminded us that no matter what goes on, no matter who's in charge, what political party, that there is one person who remains in full control of this situation, and that is God Almighty. He reminded us that whether we believe in God or not, that living godly principles will never steer you wrong. So I think today was a tremendous day filled with hope, looking towards a brighter future, and that God is ultimately in control of Cairo, Illinois, and all of southern Illinois. And so if you're tuning in today, would you just say a prayer for the people of Cairo, for the people of southern Illinois, that God, who is in control, will open up doors where there seems to be no doors and pave a great pathway to a brighter future for those people that are affected by the decisions of today and of the next few weeks. May God bless you, and thank you for tuning in to TCT.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for welcoming me to your town. As I was driving through and looking at the confluence of the rivers, seeing the trains going through, and recognizing that many of the same circumstances exist here now that allowed this town to thrive in the past. And it's something that we're going to have to pay very close attention to. But I want to thank Senator Duckworth for coming as well, and Representative Bost and the work that they've done here, and the mayor, who's a son of the city, has been here for his entire life and is very dedicated to getting things done. I want to focus really on people, not on politics. I'm not a politician, and I hope I never become one, quite frankly. And we really want to put faces on the people.
We can't hear you. Speak up a little bit.
Can you hear that? Yeah. Okay. We want to put faces on the people. I've been hearing the stories, I've been seeing the pictures, and I've heard about the really tough times that people have had here. But I've also heard about the resilience and the strength that people have. And I wanted to see that for myself, have a chance to actually listen to some of the residents, and make sure that we are taking the right steps as we move forward. And I think the right steps involve preserving as many housing units as we possibly can in this area. That's a top priority, along with the health of the people. Now, what I've seen here is not something that just popped up in the last year or two, or 10, or 20. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff going on here for a long time. And, people have turned a blind eye to it. And so there's plenty of blame to go around, no question about it. There's blame at HUD as well. There have been inspectors that have not done their jobs correctly. We've gotten rid of 42 of those inspectors since I've been here. And we'll be making sure that things are done in the proper way. But when I think about, what the people here are experiencing, the moving away from home. But one of the things about Cairo is that it was once a thriving place that had a lot of employment and a lot of opportunities. That has changed. And it is in serious trouble right now. As a physician, I took on many cases that were very, very difficult cases. People who were dying. People who people said there was no chance. And we frequently had to think out of the box. We had to come up with something that hadn't been done before, or had rarely been done before. But in many of those cases, by the grace of God, we were able to save those patients. And I think by the grace of God, it's possible to save this place as well. And that's what we have to look at. We have to look at the long run, the big picture. So it's not just a matter of trying to provide housing for those who wish to stay as much as we possibly can safely, but it's also a matter of looking at how this place can be economically revived and become a thriving metropolis once again. I think that is a real possibility. I think the state of Illinois also has a lot to gain if this once again becomes an area of economic opportunity. And that's something that we need to all be looking at. And that's why we're looking to keep as many people here as we possibly can, making it possible for those who want to leave to be able to do so. And working together, I'm sure that can be done. So, to me, the thing that makes sense is to look at every possibility that exists for those who want to stay. To make sure that those places that are too dangerous to put anybody in are eliminated. And to work with the people here and with other areas of government, including the state, see if we can make the appropriate type of investment to once again bring back the financial viability of this area. And most importantly, and the thing that got me through a lot of difficulties in my career is don't forget who's really in charge. It's God. You know, when I joined the government, there was people said to me, "You're not supposed to talk about God anymore." Well, I got to tell you, it's a very important part of my life. It's my faith in doing what's right. And I always say, you do your best and let God do the rest. And whether a person believes in God or not, religious or not, living by godly principles will never let you down. Of caring about your neighbor, of loving your fellow man, of developing your God-given talents to the utmost so that you become valuable to the people around you, of having values and principles that govern your life. And if we do those things, I think we will see the manifestation of God in our lives.